Hey parents, it's Kelly Pfeiffer. This is sneak peek video 2 about parent camp that is all online. I've made this nice poster that's very simple and imperfect, and you could imagine this is your child making this poster saying, hey mom, dad, go to parent camp so you can learn how to teach me self-calming skills so I can learn how to calm down myself. So quick review. Online Parent Camp is October 10th through the 17th. It's all online and it's all about tantrums, the path to a positive response. So in this sneak peek video, I'm giving you my short list of ways to prevent tantrums at each age and stage. So this is my short list. If you join Parent Camp, you're getting my big list of ways to prevent tantrums at each age and stage. So this one, I've got a handout for you. So in this short list that I'm going to explain and talk to you about now, you can get this by subscribing to my mailing list. So if you are already a mailing list subscriber, you'll get this in your email box. And if you want to join, then I'll put a link below this video and you can join and you'll get a copy of this. So the things that I'm telling you in this video, you will also get a printed copy of my short list of do's and don'ts. So yesterday we learned about brain, not yesterday, but the previous sneak peek video 1, we learned about brain in the palm of the hand. So some of preventing tantrums is keeping this brain, your child's brain, calm, and when it gets upset and flips its lid, to help get the thinking brain back in place. So if you don't know what that means, go and watch the first video. So here's my tips for each age and stage, starting with infants. So for this infant's brain, we don't want to let infants cry for extended amounts of time because that just keeps their brain in hyper stress mode. And our babies, our infants are deciding if the world is a safe place. Do I trust the people in my world? And so we don't want them to be stressed for long periods of time. That's just going to send cortisol throughout their body and not have the baby feel like it's a safe place if they're constantly in a state of high stress. So the don't for babies is don't let them cry for extended amounts of time. The do for infants is provide them, to prevent tantrums, provide them with lots of physical touch, because safe, warm, physical touch helps turn off the stress response and helps the baby's brain calm down. So the next stage is for toddlers and 2s. So for the don't is don't expect toddlers and 2s to understand logic and rational thinking and reasoning like adults do. Because if you're having that expectation and trying to expect that your child will do that, they're not going to understand you. We tend to explain a lot with toddlers and 2s, and they're still learning about language. So don't expect lots of that language, and especially the explanations and the reasoning that we're giving toddlers. And then the do is provide lots of activities for toddlers to explore their world in a safe way. And one example that is kind of frustrating for parents is climbing. So toddlers like to climb on furniture, climb on things, and parents get so frustrated and they say, why is my child climbing? My answer is because your child's brain is telling the body to climb, to use the right arm and the left leg, and then the left arm and the right leg, and do some communication between both sides of the brain to develop optimally. So instead of not saying don't climb and get down all the time, provide your toddler and your 2-year-old with lots and lots of opportunities to climb in a safe environment, and that will prevent some tantrums. So for preschoolers, the don't is don't expect your preschooler to have a lot of self-calming skills. They are still learning so much about how to do this. So they're a little bit more even-keeled than a toddler or a 2-year-old, but they still get upset and they don't have the tools. So don't expect them to be able to calm down quickly most of the time when they get upset. And then the do is help your preschooler learn what does calm them down. Maybe create a positive space with some blankets and stuffed animals and calming music in that area, or a box with some of these items, squishy balls, hammering toys. Help them figure out by trial and error what works for them to calm down by creating a calm down space or a calm down box. So next on our list are elementary or school age children, and this one is going to maybe step on some toes. My tip for don't overschedule elementary age children. It's really too stressful for them to go from school doing homework in the car to taekwondo lessons, to home, to more homework. It's too much. That is putting too much stress on them. So my do is, for elementary age children, encourage free time. Try to allow some free time every day and lots on the weekends, and then make that free time outdoor play or active play instead of relying on electronics. Yeah. And then for tweens and middle schoolers, don't take their behavior personally. Tweens and middle schoolers can be quite grumpy, quite moody, because all these new hormones are flooding through their body. They're way more emotional, way more sensitive, and they don't know how to handle all this stuff, all this emotion and all these reactions in their body. So try not to take that personally. It's really tough not to, I remember. But remember that they're going through a stage that makes it really challenging for them. And then my do for tweens and middle schoolers is do lots of listening when they will talk to you. They tend to clam up at this age, not all of them, but some of them do. But if there's an opportunity where they are wanting to talk, shut your mouth and do lots of listening without judging. And then for teens, this is our last category for preventing tantrums in teens, because we know they have them. So don't laugh at your teenager. Now this might be really difficult, but they're super sensitive, and so their emotional brain is really on like hyper alert, and they take things pretty seriously and get embarrassed pretty easily. So really treat your teenager with just a lot of respect. And then my do is, so that was don't laugh. This one is do expect your teenager to make lots of mistakes with self-calming, like at any age. You'd think they seem to be growing up, but they're still learning so much about their body and their mind and what works, and they've got all these social issues that they're dealing with, and so they're going to make plenty of mistakes. And so I encourage you to let them apologize for the mistakes and offer them ways to make restitution or recover from the mistake, but to be very forgiving and know that they're still making lots of mistakes. So that is, all those tips are available in my, if you join my newsletter, and if you already are a subscriber, you're just going to get a free copy in your email, so look out for that. So that is sneak peek 2 into parent camp. That you'll get my short list, and then if you join parent camp, you will get a very big list for all those ages and stages. So parent camp is October 10th through the 17th. The early bird price is only $22. For $22, you get 8 days of parent camp. And I've got another link, and you can click down below and find out all the ins and outs of the 8 days. So hope you enjoyed those tips for preventing tantrums, and that you print that out. Print out the handout that I'm sending to you via email if you are on my mailing list. So have a good week. Check me out on Periscope and Twitter at POSDIS Parenting, POSDIS Parenting. Bye. Kelly Pfeiffer, Think It Through Parenting.